All right, this is the meeting of the Lunenburg Water District, November 17th, regular meeting. Call the meeting to order. This is being recorded for rebroadcast at a later date. What do we have there on review and sign warrants? Yep. Just got the main warrant here real quick. I see Mueller on here. He completed his review.
Oh, the audit?
Yeah.
That's his first half.
That's
of
his
a
first
payment.
half.
He will be here Tuesday. He said he's 99% done. Tuesday, he just had one or two questions for me.
And we have this done because it's mandatory? The
Yes.
accountant?
It's mandatory, yep.
I want to come
And,
back as an accountant in my next life.
He is, once it's completed, he'll be coming in to talk to the board.
And he'll
He
review
usually
it.
presents his report
Right.
directly.
Yeah, good.
Who's Tango Construction?
That was a sticker for one of the trucks.
Yeah, the Mac, got a sticker.
Where's Tango?
That's on
Yeah.
Crawford Street. Airport Road?
$95 for sticker now, for the truck?
Oh, yeah, cheap,
It failed the first time.
Yeah, but they don't charge you the second time.
right.
That's true.
Still $95 is
Yeah, it
too
failed.
high.
The kingpins were bad on the Mac, so we have to, I don't think they
Tighten them up.
replaced the whole thing. They replaced some of the bushings, tightened it up, yeah, so then it passed.
Some of them have got a cross on the bottom. You
Some of it was adjustable.
put a thing in there, it tight pushes the pin up into the bushings more.
Next year's.
Yeah,
Okay.
yep. Accept a motion to approve the minutes of October 13th, 2021.
So moved.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Review and vote the 2022 schedule Board of Commissioners meetings. What is it, the second and fourth
Second and
Tuesday
fourth
of every month
Wednesday.
still? Yeah.
Yep. Did you do the summers too?
I did. In
Yeah.
the past, it seemed like it was one in a couple of the months, but we've been finding sometimes when we do that, we've been falling behind. Not falling behind, but some of the bills were a week or two, and we were getting some finance charges, so we figured we'd at least put it on for now. Even if we needed to cancel it, we'd at least have some
So-
warrants together for you
Right,
guys.
so we could cancel the actual meeting, but just have a warrant signing where you
Yeah.
guys come and sign the warrant so we can
Yeah.
pay the bills.
Okay.
But if they're there, then we can
Have it if
have
we
it
need
if you
it.
need it, so.
Right. Annual meeting, and we're keeping the 4 PM time, and we'll
Unless-
modify that as needed.
Yep, modifies needed.
Okay. I'm okay with that. John, you want to take a peek at that?
Yeah, in the past, the summer months, we would do one a month just because no one wanted to be here. so.
So where we have public here for right now, Mr. Woodward, where you're gonna be possibly sitting at this table after tonight, do you have any input on a Tuesday or Wednesday, every other Wednesday, pretty much twice a month, 4 in the afternoon?
Yeah.
Okay. I've missed a couple, as long as there's two of us.
Yeah.
How many did you miss?
I missed a couple once in a while. Why? Did I miss more than a couple?
He's good. You don't miss it.
What's that?
Yeah,
Even
yeah, I
when
know, you don't miss any,
Even when you
John.
did, you still came,
Yeah, I
you
love
still
it.
chimed in on
It's
the
just-
the speakerphone
Oh, yes,
that time.
yeah.
No, this,
You can, oh, yeah. You can dial into our
Yeah.
meetings.
no, this is
Yep.
fine. I don't see any, who knows until the time comes.
Right.
It's like a doctor's appointment. I got a doctor's appointment 6 months from now at 9 o'clock. Can you make it?
Yeah.
How the hell do I know what I'm gonna be doing? Could be dead.
All right, do we have to vote on this, or just,
No, that's good.
okay. So we're gonna leave,
I actually do a vote.
all right. So motion, accept a motion to approve the meetings for schedule 2022.
So moved.
So moved.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
He wasn't gonna get it, so I figured it out.
He was getting it, he got it the first time, really good. Right on it.
I'm a slow mover.
Now we have review and vote for installation of snow retention rails on garage and office roof.
Okay, you got all the prices there, which we did, Snow falling off the roof is a huge thing. Last winter, the ice slid off and wrecked some of the vent pipes that were exiting the building. And so this is a price to put some catches in there, like little retention things to hold the ice
I think
back
that's
sliding off.
the price there.
So they gave 3 prices. This is through the engineers, Stantec. It's Red Dog out of Fitchburg, so it's a local guy. But they did two prices. One was for the office, this section, and one was for the garage. The garage is the biggest issue, because that's what was wrecking the pipes. And then, I mean, you almost have to plow your way out of the garage. I mean, you'd have a 3-foot pile of snow outside your garage door.
So the idea is what it heats,
This'll hold it.
holds it, it heats up, and it turns to water before
Yes,
it comes off.
It'll drip off. So you might have ice out the door, but not a 3-foot pile of snow.
So you can walk out the door because there's no snow, but you might slip and fall.
That is true. But at least you're not gonna crush the vehicle, you're not gonna die from something
Snow coming
falling.
off.
Falling, right.
So, my opinion was the main thing was the garage, but to do the office is $1,000 more, pretty much. And the office really isn't a problem, so, I mean, $1,000. I mean, but to me, definitely we have to do the garage. And I was gonna leave it up to you guys what you thought about the office part.
So what's the 2742 number?
That's the office,
That's just the office.
just the office.
And then you have a 7345 number.
That's just the garage.
And then you had that number there that,
85, yeah, so it's a little over $1,000 more to do both. If they're here and they do both, it's a lot cheaper.
yeah, I would, I think that's
Well, you know,
the way to go.
I don't want to say too much, but this should have been in with the engineering of this building.
I agree. I complained about it from day one.
Yeah.
They would not do it, and I complained with the engineer when we did this. I'm like, this is not right. We've all complained about it from the beginning. And
They wouldn't do it.
Our main Stantec architect would not put the ice dams up.
Now, did he have a reason?
He didn't like them.
Yeah?
So he doesn't like them, but from a functional standpoint, it's not detrimental to the building to have those on there.
No. He didn't like the holes in the roofs. He thought they were gonna have to drill holes through the metal roofing, and these aren't. These
Clip on.
These clip to the little ridges on
He's
it.
quite an architect,
Okay.
ain't he?
Yeah, so, I mean, because we went to Chelmsford, Westford, and that was the biggest complaint, was the snow falling off the roof and the ice, because they thought someone was gonna get.
Why are we doing this through Stantec?
They're not tied to it. They were setting it up.
Now, is this Red Dog's price, or is this Red Dog
Red Dog.
Stantec's price?
No, Stantec's out of it. Stantec, because I complained about it, so Stantec took charge of it and got this guy to come out and look at it. Because if
Okay.
we went through our Stutman, who built the building,
Yeah.
it would be probably
Double.
4 times that.
Yeah.
So I know we talked about when we built the building, the possibility of solar possibly going on the building.
Right.
How do these affect if we're gonna do a solar installation?
I should know.
I
It's gonna be
understand,
down low. They're not gonna be way up high.
okay, I just, I understand the number in here, just a question for them. I agree that we need to do it, but just to see how, if any, that would affect solar. And like you just mentioned, the engineer talking about drilling through the roof. How would they, if we did solar, we'd want to question how they're going to attach panels if we ever looked into that.
Okay, so like John said, these are all at the very end of the roof,
Yeah,
except for where the
pipe
the
is.
pipes exit, so there'll be something right above each pipe. So I don't think we did solar, they have to stay away from the pipes anyway, so I don't think the solar, this, anything that we did here would affect any kind of solar.
So these are towards the end of the roof.
You're right at the end, yeah, probably 2 feet up from the side.
And there's no question that's going to work, like they don't need them further up.
The snow's still gonna come off the roof.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The
Just
length-
gonna break it up in slots and
The
slashes.
length of that roof, if you do get something that's hung up top and it slides down, I've seen these raised ridge roofs, I've seen the ridges bend because of because of snow pressure in the gullies, so.
Well,
I don't tell you, no matter what we do, it's gonna be way better than what we have
Yeah.
now. I mean, it's a huge thing. I
Just
mean,
like-
because when you walked out the door, it's like, is it gonna come off? Because it was hanging out like 5 feet. So you were kind of nervous walking in, so you didn't walk.
Oh, so you'd see it.
kind of jogged out.
You'd see it peeling off.
Oh,
the roof.
yeah, it was hanging out like 5 feet.
go out this door.
Yeah, you have to go out there.
Yeah.
So this $8,500 and 52 feet.
Yeah, it was 16 foot, 20 foot sections.
Two 16-footers and a 20-footer.
Yeah, so that was over every garage door.
52 feet.
Yeah.
For eight.
What's gonna happen in between the garage doors?
They were gonna just protect the pipes, the exiting pipes.
So they go over the garage doors, but there's not much space. What's it, like 3 feet between the garage doors? There'll be nothing?
It was like 6 feet. So they would do the garage doors to protect over the doors, and then they would protect the piping in the middle. So pretty much every door had piping in the middle, because that's where the pipes were. So they were gonna protect different zones, different spots. So they're gonna protect the doors down low, and then the piping up top. So maybe you wouldn't have ice protection or snow protection at the bottom part.
Now, if they're gonna do 52 feet, these are just snap-ons. There's no, you can put them, I don't know, I've seen them, but I haven't seen them put on. They're gonna do 52 feet of these things. And if they're separated 3 feet apart, that's 22 of them. They're gonna snap on the roof for $8,500.
I don't think they're just quick little snap-on things. These were screwed on through their high piece.
Yeah.
So, it could be, yeah. I'm not questioning.
I just think it's
Yeah,
a
I
lot of
agree.
money.
I agree.
I mean, I'm not for it at that price. I'm for having it done, but I'm for checking around somewhere else. I mean, they gotta justify $8,500 to me for 22 or 25 clips put on there with a pop rivet.
Yeah, we just got that. I was talking to
Yeah.
him today, so.
What do you think there, Richie? You agree
Yeah,
or
I mean, they're all
disagree?
from one contractor. I'm not opposed to, I'd like to do the whole thing, so if you made a little, we called a couple other contractors to just kind of see what
Okay.
the value is in there.
Yep, not a problem.
I mean, I'm assuming they're gonna come over here with a lift, so they're gonna have to get a lift to get
Well, I'm sure
up
they got
there.
their own lift if they
Yeah.
do this for a living.
Yeah,
It's just that I'd like to find out how much more it would cost to do the run of the whole building. I mean, except for where we don't need it naturally, but in between
All
the
right, so
buildings.
the tough thing is we're on a time squeeze now, which is okay. The vent pipe for the drain lines all in the garage was hit by ice and it broke, bent over. They kind of tweaked it up. They didn't do a full fix on it because he says it's just gonna happen again when the ice comes down and crushes it. So
That pipe plastic or cast iron?
it's cast.
And it bent it over.
It bent. Yeah.
So it had to kick the bottom in too.
Yeah, it was kicked. Yeah, it was. So he kind of tweaked it so it was working, but he's like, I don't want to do a full fix until you fix the roof because it's just gonna happen. So
Now, who said that? Stutman?
the plumbing guy, was it Adams? It wasn't Adams. Who was the other plumbing guy?
CTC?
Whatever.
No, it was Adams. It was Adams was the
Okay, so
Dave.
what do you want to finally do here? See if we can get some other prices?
well, we're under the gun,
Why?
weather-wise right now, but
We can get some prices. We'll
Yeah.
see
I'd
what-
I'd like to get I'd like to get at least 1 or 2 more prices on it.
Yeah.
Usually rule of thumb we always get 3,
Yeah,
but this was engineered.
I mean, it just seems to me it seems to me like at $4,000 would be a better price.
well, of course, $4,000 is gonna be a better price, it's cheaper.
I mean, all they are is
Yeah.
little metal clips.
And they'd have to, this is rated, this is prevailing wage and everything,
It's supposed to be it.
so that in itself is gonna drive the price up anyway.
I will pay in cash.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna try to get a couple more prices on that, and then I would, do you want to budget a certain amount of money for this project? Because
would.
that way, if
I
you,
wouldn't, I'd wait till we get
Wait till we
another
get
price.
Yeah, well, let's get prices.
okay,
Yeah.
all right. Commissioner Superintendent's edition.
Well, quick one.
Yeah.
So the RFP for the cell equipment at the Chase Road tank, it's ready to rock and roll. I redid everything I could, sent it back to Coleman and Page, they sent it back. The only thing left is dates. So one was just an inspection date, which really doesn't apply to you guys, me just bringing the people up there. But I was thinking if we shoot for the December 15th meeting, that we open the proposals here at the commissioners meeting. Is that okay?
Yeah.
We have to post it in the newspaper 2 times a week before each of these. We do not have to post it in the Central Register, but if we do, it'll open it up to more people. So we got pretty much the only one really left is Verizon. Today I got a call from Sprint. They want to remove their equipment, and I just wanted you guys' opinion. Do we want to have them leave the building? They could leave the building and the cable tray that runs up the side of the tank, under the assumption that we're going to get another carrier.
Would they do that? Or
They
would
would
they
do that.
want the building?
They would do whatever we asked.
Where was that at? That's at Sunny Hill?
That is Chase Road. When you drive up to the tank, the very first building
Yeah.
is the next house Sprint building.
No, leave it there.
So, and then they have a cable tray that runs up the tank,
Was it just a steel building?
cement.
Cement building? Oh,
Cement.
Yeah.
Could
One
they
of those
leave,
prefab with the just dropping in
could they
place.
leave the cables too? Just take the antennas.
I think if somebody's gonna go back in, if we're gonna have that as a site and somebody's gonna use it, they'll probably wanna put their own.
Yeah, see, a lot of the stuff is going away from the cables to fiber optic stuff.
Are they copper?
Well, it's just the one little copper wire inside.
Maybe we can sell the copper, we can pay for the rails to go on the roof.
Big round, yeah.
Most of it's insulation, but there's a little copper, little circle in there with a copper wire in the middle.
No, I'd let them leave the building, take the rest of this stuff down.
I have a meeting with them Friday at 9, and we're gonna go up there and look at the site. And he asked about the building, cable tray, and I said, I really haven't thought about it, but if we ever think we might have another carrier, then it'd be good to keep it, because they could just throw their equipment inside.
Yeah.
And then if we ever do your next thing on there, the UV light, maybe we could take that thing and move it,
And put it, yes.
put the UV light inside. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
so I think it'd be a good idea to keep it.
Public comment?
Oh no, there's more. So Sprint call, let's see what,
Oh. Or is there more is there more on that item?
no.
Was your comment in relation to that item, sir?
Is that gonna affect the paint? When we paint the tank, if you leave those trays?
If we leave the tray?
It's gonna cost more to,
We'll have to paint trays. We'll have to paint them.
yeah.
But how are they gonna get them off? I mean, do they cut them off?
No, they're stud welded to the tank. So the studs would stay. I wouldn't want them to remove the studs, because if someone else did come on there, they would have to weld the tank, which is very bad possibly bad. Those are cold welds. They're not like a hot.
What's
weld.
the ramification just leaving the tray? You said there's a tray that goes all the way up the side of the tank?
Correct.
And what's the ramification of just leaving it and painting it when we paint the tank?
None.
Just the
None.
extra cost,
I mean,
maybe?
It was probably 10 years ago that the paint was all peeling off. It looked terrible. And it took us a while, but we got them to repaint it. So
So it's painted anyway, the tray's painted.
same color as the tank.
And then when they're painting the tank, they're figuring on painting it anyway.
Yep.
Leave it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would ask that they take the cables with them, though.
Yes, the cable should come
You're
out.
right, it's gonna get replaced with fiber optic.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been switching. They do like half the big, I think it's 2 5/8 cable, the big thick cable. Half of that, and then they do the fiber optics for the other half. Where the old days, 10 years ago, everything was that big fat cable.
Yeah.
So they're kind of changing how they do it.
Okay.
I got something at the end.
Kind of tied to it, on the tank painting, I did get a price on painting the tank. Our last inspection was the interior of the tank was pretty good. The exterior is the part that needs it more quickly for a paint job. So I did get a price, and it was $180,000 to just paint the outside, and downside with prevailing wage, add 50% of that. So
And did we look into the type of paint that was used the last time? Whether it was lead or not?
I don't think, I think it was not lead, because I questioned him, and he said, we don't think they need to encase the whole tank in the
Right.
the wrap.
Right.
So, this was a tank painting crew, so that was where the price came from. So this is nothing official.
Yeah.
It was more in the line of, hey, this is what they're looking for a price, and then the prevailing wage part kicked in, so 270,000 versus 180 if you paid regular people, the same people to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But we need, we need to set out for proposal.
Right.
For pricing to do it. They might be able to do that. This was the tank inspection crew that went out and inspected both tanks, cleaned steel and inspected them both.
So, John, at one point Fran was talking about the possibility of putting a UV light up at the Pope Road tank. The
Yeah.
UV takes all the bacteria out of the.
And then biological
Yeah.
kills it.
So the thing that we're kind of under constraints there between the cellular and the tank, there's not a lot of land left over there. So he's working with the landowner, had a conversation about the possibility of exchanging or purchasing. So either exchanging for some sort of water connection fees or exchange it, or actually outright buying a piece of land. And that seems to have a positive
That the trucking guy owns that?
outcome.
No.
No. So he's working on it, and if we can gain a little more land so that we can put a building and put the UV light in, I thought that was a good idea, but he'll fill us in more as that comes
That's gonna
along.
have to be a heated building.
Correct.
Yep,
We'd have to think about that. I mean, because so much flow there.
Where does that pipe come out of that tank? I mean, I know it comes out of the middle, but where does it go, which direction, down Pope Road?
Yes, down, yeah.
So
Actually, if you're driving up Pope Road, it goes like a 45 right to the tank. So we would probably go a 45 to the land we're gonna get from the guy who owns the land, and then put in the UV light and then tie it back into the pipe that goes up.
you couldn't put it directly over the main that's there?
That would be tough because it would block your whole access road to the tank.
Could we move the road over a little bit? What's gonna be easy, move the road over 5 or 10 feet, or move the main?
The tough thing is solid rock. You move the main, you're blasting or hammering ledge. It'll be tough. So,
Well, that would be even better than to put it right where the main is. It's already blasted there.
yeah, move the road. Yeah, if we own the land to the left, yeah, we can move the road around. Yeah, we could do that.
Come up out of the ground or whatever into the.
Yeah, so I would do,
right into the building and
45
back
into
out
the
again.
building and then do UV lights and
Yeah.
flow meter and 45 back out and,
so it's one pipe in, one pipe out?
yes, the way we do it, yeah.
About like this.
Yeah.
16-inch pipe, so we'd probably.
So
reduce
it'd be
it down to
treated
12.
going in and coming out?
And coming out, yeah.
Well, that's
You could do
a
it
good deal,
either way.
get it coming and going.
Yeah,
You could do it either way.
Yeah.
Sunny Hill, we do it both ways, in and out.
Yep. Good. So we've been talking about that, and he's moving forward with that, so I'm sure we'll hear more about that.
Yeah, the guy who owns the land, he was in pay, right? Wheeling, dealing, come up with some
Yeah.
kind of plan.
Yeah. The new building here. Actually, you have more. Do you have more? On your list
The only thing
before?
I have is, we need to eventually discuss raises and stuff. And I was wondering if we could do it maybe as a executive session kind of thing, so it's not on camera. We
Okay.
could discuss stuff and, cause each person has,
Everybody has their differences,
yeah,
yep.
so.
So
Is that okay?
I don't, we'd have to ask it normally has to deal with, I think, employees, and I think we can do that. You
I
just
know-
run
I
it
know
by
if you-
the attorney real quick.
Okay.
And then I think we have to schedule an executive session specifically for that reason.
Okay. All right, so you guys are okay with it. All right.
So, I believe it's done that way all the time, but I'm not
Yes.
100%.
Yeah, most people do. But usually it's union contracts.
Yeah,
So we're not union, we're
yeah.
regular employees.
We'll see. I mean, I agree. That's something that I think we should handle. So you're just gonna check with the lawyer and see how we go about
Yep.
that, that's all.
Yeah, I can do that.
I had new building along with the, when you were talking about the roof. How are we on buttoning up our punch list and everything here? And it sounds like if we do this roof thing, they still gotta come back and fix that vent pipe and,
Yes. So we called them back, it was probably 2 or 3 weeks ago. The same things, the floor has, high spots in it. I don't know if you guys noticed them, you're walking and you stub your foot because there was a high spot on the floor. So we called them, stuck them back, they came back and looked at everything. And they said they'd be right out pretty quick. One of the big issues is water coming underneath the garage doors
Still?
still. So it's way better since they put in those rubber pieces.
Sealers.
The door sealers, a good word.
Yeah.
Sealers that hit the doors hit, so it's way better, but it's still there. Heating system is, we had a power outage and the heat went to shut off, and it was tough. We couldn't really find anybody to call, so we need to find a local guy that can work on the heating system.
so when we have a power outage, do we have a generator?
Yes, generator fired up, everything worked good, great with that. But when we lost the power, the condenser unit outside, something happened with its communication. So it didn't know what to do. So everything, all the thermostats and stuff on the walls, they were all error coding, flashing, and nothing would work. So it took a while. We couldn't get, so we have 2 heatings. We have the mini split, the roof stuff, which to me was the intent was the air conditioning, but that's heat too. And then the main heating source was the propane with the basement. So we were for some reason, none of them were turning on, and it wasn't working. And it was something to do with the time zones. So when it hit a certain time, then the baseboard turned on. So for a little while, we had no heat. It was kind of cold in here, but then the heat turned on and it was good. And they got the heat going the other day. So but anyway, we need a local guy. We need to hook up with someone local that can work on this stuff.
That can run that system.
Yeah. But other than that, I mean, the Stutman stuff, the whole punch list thing, there's not a whole lot on it.
Okay.
It was mostly the floors, the garage doors with the water.
Basement door,
What's with the basement door?
it don't open and close right, sticks. The men's room,
Oh, men's
Oh.
room. Men's room does, yeah. Yeah. But it works good now because there's no humidity, so it's working fine now, so.
only
So,
use
but
it-
Only use it in the winter time.
Yeah.
The punch list is actually pretty small, other than the floors. The floors are the biggest one.
we still having any problem with the rugs in there or the tiles or whatever?
That's what I mean by the floors.
Oh, okay. All right.
They-
Oh, all right.
I don't know. I don't know why they do
That,
that.
that's never gonna get fixed. I mean, they gotta pull up all the stuff and grind the floor flat. Oh, that's a wooden floor, isn't it?
It was that wood luan over the.
Yeah, it's not the concrete floor like in
Yeah,
the
no,
garage,
not
it's
the
a wood
concrete.
floor, yeah, all right, okay. It's probably a hump in the floor joists or something.
Yeah. All right, that's all I got. Do you have anything, John?
Yeah, I was talking to Fran about this earlier. My hero, Joe Biden, since he passed that, or is gonna pass that stimulus bill,
Yeah,
I was asking Fran if we can get any of that money for that treatment plant down at Hickory Hills.
yeah,
Very likely we could get something.
okay,
I'd love to see Hickory Hills online.
okay.
Sitting there for too long, being unused.
Well, I agree with you. I mean, I think it's an unused resource, and I think there's a way that we can integrate it and not
Yeah,
have any real
So-
problem with it.
On Acre as well. We ran it for maybe 2 months straight. And at a very low rate. And the intent of us running it was to get the manganese down to a level that we could run it on a daily basis. The manganese levels dropped by half, but not to a point where we could put it in the system. So when we were running it, before we shut it off, we did a full round of whole system samples. Inorganics, volatile organics, PFAS, bacteria, secondary contaminants. On the secondary contaminants, the iron and manganese were the biggest issues, which we've known from day one on that well, but the PFAS big time. So there's the PFAS is there in the lake. So if anybody has wells around there, they're probably
Got PFAS in their wells.
too, so
they should be testing their wells.
that should be treated.
So we'd be treating PFAS, iron, manganese, and arsenic. Oh,
No, that's it. Iron,
iron.
manganese, and PFAS.
That's
Yeah,
it.
So the treatment for the PFAS would eliminate all iron and manganese, but you don't. But if you did that, you would overwhelm that filter. So I already talked to DEP about this. They recommend we remove the iron, remove the manganese, and then it goes through the carbon filter to remove the PFAS.
How long's that well been down there?
1995.
It's been there a long time and we haven't hardly got any use out of it.
Oh, we used it every year
yeah,
till
up until,
2000.
Well, yeah, when I say, yeah, you're right. I
So-
mean, we've got some use out of it, but not what it cost us.
we've already
in
been
there.
discussing treatment options and plans and so
Right.
forth, so let's start to put some of it together, so if
Yes,
there
we
is
can get some
available
kind of-
funds,
Yep, I agree.
we can consider that.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd like to do that.
Okay. Didn't we try to reach out to Lake Association people to be a part of some of our meetings on that?
Yeah, they were cooperative, yeah.
Okay, you've talked to some of them?
Yep, and we would set up, they had their, couple people they had, is it liaisons that
Yeah.
we would talk to, and, yeah,
Who
we worked
was
it out.
that? Remember?
I know one of them was Paulo, so,
Was that Bob Pease?
no, I don't think so.
No?
No. Just, I'd reach back out to them, tell them we're talking about this again, because I don't want to cause a big deal with this thing.
It's not a big-
It's always been our intention to just try to work with the lake people and also be able to use the resource.
Yep, yep, I mean, their main concern is summertime,
Yeah,
and, it's easy.
Yeah,
Okay.
we can figure out something, I'm sure.
okay. Anything else, John?
Nope, that's it for
Fran?
me.
Any public comment?
I have one.
Oh,
Oh,
Just real quick on that roof, when you guys were talking about the ice, snow,
Ice, yeah.
whatever you. I'm just curious, I know sometimes roof pitch has an effect on how many of those you stack, like you usually, this is a low pitch roof.
Yeah.
You would just need them at the end. But I'm just curious too, sometimes they kind of cause ice jams by putting that thing there. And the engineer of the building was so against it, I would just check to make sure that that's not gonna be an issue before you inadvertently put the thing on.
We did do a couple spots like over the main doors
Yeah.
and stuff, and they worked really good.
Oh, they definitely work, and I don't
Yeah.
want it, because walking out there, that thing
Yeah,
falls. Like,
yeah, well, you're looking up when you
Yeah.
go out that door.
We did a metal roof on our barn the first year, I'm like, wow, that's still a wall. Poking out. Like,
I think the architect's main concern was the penetration of the roof.
Sure.
You know, so that
When I
was his
see,
thing.
like
With-
John was talking, they
Yep.
clip on the.
Yeah, that's what these are. They clip on
Yeah.
that little piece, so you.
That's just
you
my
didn't-
only thought process in that.
yep,
But this actually came from the engineer,
Okay.
so.
good deal. Mr. Bingham, you had a public comment? That was it? Okay.
Come on.
All right, so we're gonna close our regular meeting, and we're gonna take a quick break, and then we're gonna have our special meeting.
6 o'clock.
Is it, you wanna just go right to it?
No, we gotta
No,
wait till
we have
6
one.
o'clock.
Until 6 o'clock.
It's past 6 o'clock. That clock is not working.
All right then.
6:05. Oh, wow.
All right then, yeah, go to special meeting.
Wow,
We're good to
hey.
go.
So.
Who's the
and-
timekeeper?
and
So we're
this
gonna,
one-
we're gonna, I have
this
motion
meeting at
to
6:05.
adjourn our regular meeting.
Okay. And we got to
Okay,
do the
so
votes.
Okay.
we're adjourned that, and if you want, we're
Here's our
gonna-
moderator, so.
okay, we're gonna open our special meeting of,
See if Lisa, did she
I
know?
gotta get in there? No,
It's a wide lens, Bingham. You'll get
thanks. Is that for me? Yeah. I'll call the meeting to order at 6:05. warrant for the special meeting, if clerk treasurer could read the warrant.
In the name of the Lunenburg Water District of Lunenburg, Massachusetts, you're hereby directed to notify and warn the voters of the Lunenburg Water District to meet in the Lunenburg Water District office, 496 Massachusetts Ave in said Lunenburg, Wednesday, the 17th day of November at 6 o'clock in the forenoon, then and there to act on the following articles. Is that you for the article?
Yep, everything's been placed in the polling places.
Yep.
Article 1 is before us. And we have choose by ballot the following officer for the following terms. And it's been here with the ballots. 10 for Matthew Woodward, and no other votes were cast.
It was a tough fight, but you won.
So we welcome you on board.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's it for the special meeting. Any other comments for?
None for me.
Nope.
If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
So moved.
All righty.
We're done.
Thank you.